Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1966 Olympia SM9 vintage portable typewriter made in Western Germany. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. One of the best typewriters ever produced and an absolute marvel in engineering. And this one is in near mint condition. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight and line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. This is the left margin. You just pinch to move it. I'm going to set that on 0 and the right one around 875. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back like a switchblade and extends. This is the paper bale that sits on top. It's got 2 adjustable rollers and a scale. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. Hit this line space, get you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 1.5, or 2 spaces. Right now we have it on single, but if you want 1.5, just flip that switch forward. It skips 1.5. One more, it skips 2. I'm going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. And as you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side here. Flip that down to the red indicator. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, which is red. When you have it in the middle, it doesn't print any ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Beautiful typing machine. The Mercedes-Benz of typewriters, and the print looks perfect. About as good as it gets. Pica typeface prints 10 characters per inch. Beautiful condition. And it's got this sexy, like green, cream colored white, just beautiful typewriter. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. You flip it forward and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. You're going to flip this down for now. Put the color back on black with that blue indicator there. Shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Backspace on the right side. Very smooth. MR stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that MR button. It does allow you to go all the way to the end. Very good. This is your touch control. The minus sign is on low touch control, and the plus sign is high touch control. You've got about 4 options there. The higher you go, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. You do have to hit them harder for them to print when it's on high, but they respond faster. So you just want to play with that to gauge what your preference is with this. This is actually a lighter touch than most Olympia portables are. So you can go a little higher on that touch control and still feel really good. Okay, your tabs are on the keyboard here, and that's the difference between the SM8 and the SM9 is the SM8 has manual tab set on the back. The SM9 has it right here on the keyboard. So right now we have we have tabs set on 10 space intervals, and instead of going through and clearing each one at a time, the SM9 also has this function to clear them all with this lever here. If you flip that down on the right side there, it clears all the tabs. SM8 doesn't have that. So right now we shouldn't have any tabs. When you hit the tab button, it just goes all the way to the end. And I always like to set one somewhere in the middle, so that way when you hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear in your typewriter. So it just stops at that one spot, and to clear that one tab, hit the clear button. Very easy to use. Very convenient, especially if you set tabs, if you're a tab setter. This lever here is the carriage lock. So you flip it up and it locks in the middle. Flip it down to unlock it, and that sometimes will also lock the shift. This one it does not, but it does lock the keys. Okay, what else do we have on the keyboard? I think that's it. So this hood pops like a car hood, just like that. Very cool. All the brand new ribbons loaded on the left side, so it's pulling clockwise to the right. If you want to switch that direction, you just swap this side here, this the ribbon guide here. On either side, you just flip it to the opposite direction, and it'll pull. So now it's pulling counterclockwise to the left. And it has an automatic reverse mechanism that when you get to the end of the ribbon, it has an eyelet at the end, which is a little metal piece, and it just gets caught on that, and it swaps the direction back to the side. And if you don't have eyelets on your ribbon, you can tie a knot on the end, and sometimes that will work pretty good. Not all ribbons will have eyelets, because a lot of people actually reload their ribbons with like a reel like this. Comes in a big reel, and unless you install the eyelets yourself, then it won't automatically reverse unless you tie a knot or something. So you just want to keep an eye on that. If you're having trouble with your typewriter, check and make sure the ribbon is pulling in the correct direction. And that's it for the inside there. So this is the tab reset, and this is the paper support arm that swaps up like a switchblade. Sorry, very cool. And the SM8 doesn't have a carriage release on the left side either. So this one has a carriage release on both sides. If you pull out the knob, it disables the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You let it go, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space. And the same concept, if you push the line space selector all the way back, it will disable the spacing. Put it forward and then get the clicks. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.